Good morning, family. So, let's see, what's today? February 25th, 2020. So, I'm starting a new campaign. It's ready, set, go. So, ready the mind, set the body, and go further than where you've been. Because we're continuously needing to be in motion. And when we're in motion, we're experiencing emotions. And the number one thing to bring it all back to the center, if you will say, is to remain balanced with those emotions. So I'm going to pull a card. The one mind is rootless and foundationless. So, aligned, readying the mind is starting from where you are right now. So wherever that may be, whether your mind is, here and now, whether your mind is following a storyline, that's up to you. I mean, how many people follow a storyline? I know I do. But when you're following a storyline, you limit yourself from your fullest potential. And to limit yourself is really by defining who you are. So when someone would ask, who are you? Well, then you start to say, well, this is my job occupation. This is where I live. This is where I went to school. This is my entire traumatic family history all on the line for you. And that's just not the way to go. It's really not, because then you hinder yourself. You purposely make them compartmentalize you. And then the judgment sets in, whether the judgment comes from yourself or the judgment comes from your family or the judgment comes from your coworkers, your peers, whoever. The fact of the matter is that judgment will probably never go away. But if we can follow up with that judgment and look at it from a different perspective, the judgment then seems to disintegrate. It gets less and less the more that we justify it. So staying in a victim role or staying in a role of superiority doesn't really do yourself or your fellow human any justice. It doesn't do anybody any good. So we'll pull another card. Does consciousness ring a bell? I was listening to a podcast last night and it talked about the bell curve. So on the bell curve, there's a certain frequency of where humankind lies. And on this frequency, we can either bring our consciousness and eye vibration level to a higher note, or we do the vice versa and we lower our vibration to the lower notes. And as humanity shifts and moves, especially in the energy that we're in lately, that curve seems to widen. And as it widens, it can cause a lot of unsteadiness, a lot of kind of up in the air. We don't know really where we're going. I don't really know what's going on, but I know something's going on because I can feel it. So that's where we really need to set the body. We need to ground ourselves. We need to take a breath and just realize the bigger picture of everything. Like, it's not just something that I'm going through. It's not just something that you're going through. It's something that we're all going through together. And the more that we talk about it, the more that we share about it, the more likely we are to find our tribe. We're able to find the people that think like us, that will progress as we do. It's not about, leaving the people behind, but it's about branching out and expanding and really sharing our vast amount of experience with other people's vast amount of experiences, because we don't have to necessarily experience life and all its, greatness and all its troubles and all its joy and all its love. We can experience it through what other people experience, if that makes sense. We all have a lesson that we're meant to learn as we're here. And as we're learning and growing, we really need to be open to listening to how other people are learning and growing, because we all have these tools in our toolbox. And some people don't have as many, or some people don't realize they have as many, and they're not utilizing them to their fullest advantage. So when they hear what other people are doing, whether it be I journal every day, I do tarot cards, I sit and meditate, or I go to the gym and I work out really hard, and I do this and I do that, I drink a lot of water, I cut meat out from my diet, or I just eat meat, whatever it is to that person. It's not that anybody's way or anybody's how they do this or that is better than how anybody else does this or that. You find what makes you feel good, what makes you feel amazing about yourself. That's really what it's about. It's about trial and error. And, hopefully, we are starting to listen to the synchronicities that are happening in our life. Because the more that we listen to those synchronicities, the more likely we are to just get right in where we need to be, right where we need to be there. And that's really having that relationship with your intuition, with your oversoul, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, your source. It's just there. Drink gold is the next card. So, and that would be the go. I mean, the more that you take the time to step back out of whatever storyline you've got going on in your life. I know that sometimes my life feels like it's in complete chaos, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Like, is this all just breaking under my feet? I don't know if I'm going to have a breakthrough or a breakdown. Who knows? But I'm staying in motion. I'm not giving up. I'm keeping my emotions in balance. I'm taking it back to where I am here and now. And I'm just open to all that is within me and all that is without me. And that would be my morning cup of tea. So I'll do one more card just for the goodbyes. This is a pretty cool deck. It is a Morgan Tarot. They've got pretty neat illustrations. It's not a typical deck that you would see. Mm-hmm. You are experiencing an illegitimate feeling. So just as I was talking about experiences, the movies are a great way to explain that, where we go see a movie and we go through all these emotions and we feel the story as if we were like almost there to witness all of it. So you're writing your own movie. You've been a witness there. You've felt all the feelings that you've had to feel about yourself. But what if you actually got the chance to choose how you felt? Yeah. believe on that note. So, ready, set, go.